Welcome to the Village Church Connections. I'm Don Pullen, the associate pastor at the church, and I'm here today with Andy Hawkins, the senior pastor. Hey Andy, how you doing?
Very well, thanks.
Great. This weekend, an opportunity to gather together to worship the Lord again at the Village Church.
Absolutely. We always enjoy it. It's a kind of it's a time that we set aside. It's different than anything else we've done all week long. We seek to glorify God with the richness of the singing and the music, as well as the interaction and engagement of the people, and hear from the Word, I trust.
Yeah, 10:15 on Sunday morning, as we do each and every Sunday morning, and you bring a message each Sunday.
That's correct.
Do you know what the message is now?
I think I do, actually.
That's good.
Yeah, that's right. We've been engaged in the study of the Gospel of John. I don't know how long it's going to take us. We started months ago, and of course we're interrupted in a certain sense with Advent. And then the first Sundays of the month I've been actually preaching in 1 Corinthians 13 about the love. But most of the time we've been in the Gospel of John, and we're finished the second chapter, and we're getting ready to dive into really what is so many people's favorite chapter in the Gospel of John, and that's the third chapter. And we know the third chapter because so many people know John 3:16. But we're going to cover the first 15 verses long before we get to John 3:16. And the first thing that we discover in that chapter is that Jesus has this engagement with a visitor who comes at night by the name of Nicodemus. And it's quite a remarkable discussion that they have, and it really highlights what's really necessary to come to genuine saving faith in Jesus. And so that's why it's such a crucial chapter.
So it's an event that happened a couple of thousand years ago, but the implications for us today are very clear and very challenging.
Absolutely they are. As a matter of fact, in this first message, we're going to look at Nicodemus and us. Now, we obviously tend to think that this Jewish religious leader and really a politician in some respects might not have much in common compared to our 21st century people. But if you look in terms of his background, his education, his religious interests, as well as the kinds of questions that he has, and the fact that he's wondering who this guy Jesus is, has a lot of connections with who we are as a people today. And so I think that what we really want to try to establish is how similar Nicodemus is to so many people here in the 21st century who really are placed in a position to try to deal with the claims of Jesus Christ and who he is. So we're going to try to make that kind of connection to see who Nicodemus is in relation to who we are.
Jesus and Nicodemus have a face-to-face conversation, and we can learn so much from that because Jesus really does want to engage with us.
That's exactly right.
And I'm sure the choir will be singing, and there'll be other pieces of our worship service which will be engaging for everyone as well.
Absolutely.
Great. And the evening, 6:15 we gather.
That's correct. Something a little different this time because it's our annual meeting for elections and reports. And we've talked a little bit about this on Shell Point Television before, but the main issue is that this is a time in which we recognize what God has done in 2016 and look forward to what he's doing to help us fulfill our mission, which is building a community of forgiveness, purpose, and hope in Jesus Christ. And so we'll have reports from staff as well as from a number of the ministries of the Village Church. Look at the finances, and God has really been glorified this past year in our finances, and we're just so thrilled about what he's done. And then in addition to that, we have elections, people who are going to serve in the elected offices like the governing board, elders, deaconesses, deacons, and trustees. They are elected, and they'll be serving for the next year. And so it's a very important time, not just for members. Of course, we expect members to come to a meeting like this, but anyone who has any interest in the Village Church and in the nature of its life and ministry, this is a time to really be encouraged and to participate. It's not a lengthy meeting, probably lasts an hour or less, but it's a God-glorifying, uplifting, and encouraging time together at 6:15.
And at the end of the meeting, refreshments.
Indeed, we'll have refreshments.
Always loving refreshments. That's always a great time of fellowship afterward. So after we accomplish the business and after we have all the encouraging reports, to have a wonderful, relaxed time of fellowship after will be something to look forward to as well.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yep.
So that's this Sunday, 10:15 in the morning, 6:15 in the evening, an opportunity for people to come out.
Great.
Well, we hope to see you at the Village Church on Sunday. We hope you have a great day today. Thank you for watching Village Church Connections.